So I think it's a mixed bag. The skill set in tax in the UAE is interesting because I come from a UK accounting and tax background, and a tax person coming from the UK is exactly that. They usually have an accounting background,
Mm,
or an accounting qualification. But you have many countries globally where the normal route is more of a legal background. So lawyers would become tax lawyers rather than accountants becoming tax advisors. So the UE has a mix of those things, and that's a good thing in many cases. Certainly, when it comes to transactions and structuring, having someone who's has an accounting understanding and having someone who's much more of a lawyer can be very useful, a useful team.
mm,
But for the introduction of a tax regime, it tends to be that you need much more of the accounting side of things than the legal interpretation side of things. You need someone who understands how to get from accounting profit through to tax return, through to tax payment. And that tends to be an accounting person that does that. So I think the skill set that's here isn't entirely suited to the new corporate tax. And I think we've seen in the market, the big four especially heavily recruiting into newly created corporate tax teams. So it's not their existing advisory teams who are taking on the burden of corporate tax. It's them creating entirely new teams of corporate tax professionals and then bringing them from established taxing jurisdictions where they have established processes for management of compliance and so on and so forth. It's a really interesting time. Still a lot of people coming in and a lot of local training happening as well. Now that the tax law is fully understood, we have a lot of people being trained up locally on how to use that law to assist businesses to meet their tax obligations.